Hey, what are you guys up to?
Oh, nothing. Just watching the 2004 film Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Despite its commercial failure and negative reception from critics, it's actually a much more faithful adaptation of the original cartoon than the 2002 live-action Scooby-Doo, while still maintaining its perfect casting.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, BBs. It's too early.
It sure is.
Oh, welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan, and we're back!
We're back, baby!
We missed you.
Oh, let me tell you. We're so back.
We're so back.
We're so baby.
We'll never leave you again.
Until we do.
Until we do.
Until we do.
Same thing that my dad would say.
You know?
Anthony, we took a little break. You were doing some work.
Mm-hmm.
How was some work?
It was lovely. It was lovely. I'm trying to remember what work I was doing. What did I do?
I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you. You were shooting last week.
Yeah, I was shooting last week. That's right. You're absolutely right. No, I was shooting something with Fandom, which is going to be coming out, I think, in a month or something.
That's very funny.
It was fun. You know what it is? It's one of those things where it just, like, it happened and it was cool and it was super chill, and I didn't think about it as work.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
I did, of course. Most important thing that happened on that shoot, I tried the Morbius G Fuel.
And how was it? Terrible.
I've never had G Fuel before.
I haven't either.
I've only ever made fun of G Fuel.
But hey, we will take your money, G Fuel.
I mean, we'll take it, but I don't think G Fuel is going to give it at this point, because here's what happened. I tweeted a picture of me, nuzzling the Morbius G Fuel.
Yeah.
And somebody at the, it belonged to somebody at the Fandom office. It was a collector's set of Morbius G Fuel.
Sure.
It came with a special Dr. Michael Morbius cocktail shaker bottle to make your G Fuel
okay,
with.
Babe? You've barely touched your limited edition Michael Morbius
G
G
Fuel.
Fuck that.
So the moment I posted that, it became like a whole thing, and the head of G Fuel digital marketing started following me.
Oh.
And the head of G Fuel digital marketing did see what happened. It was on my story. Let me bring this up.
But look, what makes someone more curious to try something, oh my God, than showing them all our secrets?
What are you talking about? Nothing happened. So here's the Dr. Michael Morbius G Fuel. It is, of course, plasma flavored.
That's disgusting.
Just plasma.
That's horrific.
Not like plasma punch or purple plasma or pineapple. Just plasma flavored. So ridiculous. And it was somebody was like, Anthony, don't try to take that. I was like, I would never try to take this. And the dude was like, no, I know your talent, and sometimes talent just gets to have things if they ask. Please don't ask for the Dr. Michael Morbius G Fuel. And I said, I absolutely will not. That is your G Fuel. I would never touch it. I understand completely. But I did send an email that said, hey, please ask the owner of the Morbius G Fuel if we can try it.
Anthony, they said please.
And I said, please, if we can try it, as long as we promise to keep the packaging in good shape. I am insanely curious about the Morbius G Fuel. I don't want to take it. I just want to try it.
It's fucked up, Anthony.
Technically, it's Emma Fife's fault. She's the boss. She was in charge. The buck stops with her. And so this is how it happened.
Yes!
Hold, please. Are y'all getting sound?
Well, nothing's playing. Hard to say.
Let's find out if they're getting sound.
Dr. Michael Morbius, at your service!
Hey.
Fucking terrible.
That's horrible.
Oh my god.
Wow. We didn't mix it enough. Oh.
It tastes like you're drinking liquefied stale bubble gum.
Oh no. Yeah, it does have that baseball card. It tastes like cough medicine.
Yeah.
Yes. It's too viscous, Michael. Doc,
Well, I'm glad that you had a good week.
G Fuel is terrible. It's the worst. So I don't know that they're going to sponsor us because the head of digital marketing did see that.
But didn't that make you curious to try it?
Don't you now want to try the G Fuel?
I think at this point, G Fuel has become such a joke that, like, ironic marketing is actually it. You should actually pay people like us to talk trash so people have to try it.
And I asked people who drink it or who advertise it, and I'm not going to say who because I'm not going to stop anybody from getting the bag.
Of course not.
But I was like, do you actually drink it? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you like about it? And they're like, honestly, I'm just addicted to it, I think.
Uh-oh.
Because it's just an energy drink. They're like, it's an energy drink with a less harsh come down than like a Monster or a Bang Energy.
All right.
And it's full of like way more addictive chemicals.
Now, Bang is one I would not take their money.
I would never take the Bang CEO's money.
We would not take that Bang Bank. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. The Bang CEO is a terrifying man. I disappeared into the woods while Anthony was working to scream loudly into the woods where no one could hear me except for all the cabins around mine. And I had a time. I was describing it to Anthony earlier. I had originally told the internet, I was like, I'm just going to go hide in a cabin. I'm going to watch the new season of The Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
I love The Umbrella Academy. It's going to be great. Like, might as well. And what actually happened, Anthony, is I watched Inside, Bo Burnham's Inside special twice.
That's good for mental health. Bo Burnham's Inside is definitely great for mental health. You're going to feel a lot better, especially after repeated viewings.
And I didn't watch any Umbrella Academy.
Whoops.
So
Sydney Robertson in the live studio audience says, so you didn't take a break then?
See, I disagree. Now, I'm somebody generally who, when I'm depressed, wants depressed people.
You had to go off and wallow in your feelings.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
And I actually think I did also watch the outtakes, yes. I think that Inside was very conducive to that personally. Yeah. Which is why when it ended, I just put it on again.
Emperor Kialich wants to know, does this mean if I send Anthony something, he'll just try it? Yes, there is a Pixel Circus P.O. box.
That is true. We do have a P.O. box.
We try anything you send.
That's not true. Please actually don't send us anything weird. I actually have the authority to say so as the person who has access to the P.O. box when Anthony does not. If you send us anything weird, I will light it on fire and then call your parental figure.
Depends on the kind of weird.
Won't put it on the internet either.
We'll see.
It does depend on the kind of weird. Stick to fun weird.
Yeah.
Don't make a weird.
Tetsuan Adam wants to know what Inside is about, and I'm going to tell you this, Astro Boy.
There's no describing that.
You just got to go in. You just got to go in.
And we have a now purple television that I painted on my stream last week.
And all of these are going to get painted eventually, huh?
Yes.
Is that the idea?
I realized for some reason we're out of the pink paint we used on this wall.
We did use a lot of the pink. And I think it's because our areas of pink are wound up being mathematically a little bigger, or we reused some pink paint.
We must have we might have just had some left or something and not had to buy more, or it's somewhere else. I couldn't find the pink paint anyways. Otherwise, that second TV, it'd be going already.
I mean, yeah, because you're going to want a pink one. I mean,
I want a pink one now. I already want a pink one immediately. Daddy, I want it.
Daddy, I want a pink one now.
I want a pink television now.
Daddy, it's not the 90s anymore. Where do I get a pink television now?
I definitely had in my room as a kid. It wasn't a see-through one because it was like Y2K, not quite 90s. I definitely had the Y2K, the girl power line. There was like this entire line that I think they mostly sold at like Costco, to be honest, of like technology marketed at little girls that said girl power on it, and everything was pink. And I had the CD player and I had the television in my room.
Was this it?
Yeah, I think that's it. That might have been it. I don't know.
It's got a DVD or VCR in it.
Pretty fancy. Not
yeah.
gonna lie.
I had a lot of translucent red electronics.
Ooh.
A lot of translucent. I had the VTech cordless phone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I had at least one inflatable chair.
Of course.
You know.
Naturally.
You have to.
Yeah.
You know. But hey, everybody shut the fuck up. It's news time.
It's news time. Let's do it.
Did you watch any Summer Games Done Quick? No, you were in the woods.
No, I was watching Bo Burnham in the woods.
Bo Burnham in the woods.
Exclusively. And some cartoons in between.
I gotta tell you, this year's Summer GDQ was phenomenal. I watched a lot of it. If you follow me on the tweet machine, you saw me just like simping for these fucking speedrunners because there were some great runs.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Mario 64 on the last night. There's a guy named Simply, who is the world record holder currently in Mario 64, who did a 120-star run, every star, in like 50 minutes.
That's wild.
We're talking about 2 stars, more than 2 stars a minute, including every star, including secret stars.
That's wild.
Absolutely amazing. Ocarina of Time beta showcase. They showed off beta content for Ocarina of Time. There was also an Ocarina of Time competitive randomizer speed run, or co-op randomizer speed run. So two players played the same randomized seed of Ocarina of Time and helped each other get through it as quickly as possible. I think it was a husband and a wife. It was very cute.
That is very cute.
There was some great Castlevania runs. Lawrence Sontag, friend of the show, Lawrence Sontag, got to be a commentator for the Doom Eternal run. It was his first time at Games Done Quick, which was a huge deal. The Shadow of the Colossus one kicked off the whole weekend for me. Ruby Heart, who is now she's my hero. She's absolutely my hero. Shadow of the Colossus in 40 minutes. Every Colossus, no skips. That's wild.
That is wild.
It was amazing.
That is excellent.
She came back as a commentator a few times over the weekend. She's a great commentator, too. Ruby Hart is my hero now.
And our very own moderator, Calmer, was also modding over there.
Yes.
Posted the screenshot of the credits. Got to see Calmer hanging out and keeping people safe during it, while Summer Games Done Quick raised $3.1 million for Doctors Without Borders.
That's so huge. That is so huge. Now, Awesome Games Done Quick, which happens earlier in the year, raised $3.4 million. But what this means is we're consistently over $3 million per event.
That's
for
wild.
Games Done Quick.
That is so much money raised.
That is huge. Over the last 10 years, Games Done Quick has turned into the biggest charitable gaming event, I think, in the world.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
And things like this remind me that all these large corporations that are like, we're donating $5,000 to support it. If a bunch of fucking speed running gamers, fucking cool, talented people, but an industry that is not incredibly profitable generally, can get together and raise $3 million in a few days. I don't know.
Seems like maybe you could give more.
What's
giant
up?
companies.
Giant companies, hold them accountable and be like, look at these fucking bunch of people played games and raised $3 million.
Yeah. So that was pretty huge news.
And very good news.
And very good news as well. Now, there's some other, well, depending on who you are, it's good news. Certainly this is good news for BioWare. You know, Eidos Montreal, of course, getting shut down because Square's kind of like Konami in that they don't want to make video games. Like they just rather not do it. Mm-hmm. They're sticking to Final Fantasy, but above and beyond that, they're kind of like, do we have to? Can we just keep releasing Chrono Trigger in different ways? And the answer is yes. But when they shut down Eidos Montreal, obviously a lot of talent wound up without anywhere to go. in very, very, very good news for BioWare, they have picked up basically the best writer over at Eidos Montreal, Mary DeMarle, who is the writer of Deus Ex and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which got excellent reviews.
Great writing on both of those. She's been working on IP. She did Mankind Divided and Human Revolution for Deus Ex. She also did, of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the critical reception of that was very, very good. Even if the gameplay, reception was not great, people
Honestly,
tended to like the
most of it was
story.
still received pretty well.
Yeah,
We just had low expectations for it.
that's the trick.
That was the thing. Well, and like us specifically, we were like,
I'm still like, I still haven't touched it. I'm going based on everybody else's hearsay.
Turns out people really liked it.
Turns out people enjoyed it. But this is a huge thing for them. BioWare has been in great need of creative leadership. Obviously, they've lost a lot of huge people. Dragon Age can't keep a director to save its life.
Yeah. No.
So obviously, they've been in need of people to spearhead creative. So this is a good get for them. And it means good things for people who've been waiting for BioWare games.
Very exciting.
However, there are some other games where if you've been waiting for them, fuck you.
Yeah, good luck, man. It's not happening.
There have been some rumors lately that Sly Cooper is coming back.
There have, and I love Sly Cooper. I have played so many hours of Sly Cooper. Well, fuck you to those rumors, and fuck you to everybody who likes Sly Cooper, apparently. Sucker Punch said no!
Sucker Punch responded to the rumor and said, hey, thank you for your support. They laid out some plans for the future, and they said, we're working on a new project, but that means because we're working on a brand new project, no Sly Cooper, no Infamous on the way. It's simply not being worked on right now. They did say that they're not done with those franchises. They'd like to do more, but right now they're just too busy. They are going to add some legacy DLC to the PlayStation Store for Infamous Second Son. And la-di-da, la-di-da. I would love a new Sly Cooper, in all honesty.
I would love a new Sly Cooper. Are you kidding me?
I think it would be great. I was thinking there was a Sly Cooper run on GDQ, and it was Sly 2. And I was watching it, and I was just like, damn, I could go for a new Sly.
Yeah.
I could sink my teeth in just a little new Sly.
Just as a treat.
Yeah.
A little new Sly
Just
is
a little
treat.
nosh.
Yeah.
A little nosh. Hey, just as a reminder, as we got that donation coming in, we do read off all donations at the end.
Mm-hmm.
We will not ignore you. You will not go unnoticed. We cannot stop the flow of the news once it starts. And so we will have a roll call at the end.
We literally can't stop it.
Hedges Corner says it's a little upsetting that no other companies are working on Sly either. Yeah, I mean, you had Sumo Digital, of course, made a couple Sly games.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be nice to see them. I mean, look, Naughty Dog, when they moved on from Crash, it's not like people stopped making Crash,
Right.
Even though they should have.
Yeah.
It's not like the Crash and Spyro stopped when they needed to. They simply kept going.
Well, they kept being remade.
Yeah.
They made new Crash. They didn't make new Spyro.
Vivendi made those, like, I think the third and fourth one, like the Year of the Dragon or whatever.
Got it.
And then, of course, there was the Skylanders, which was a Spyro game at first. And maybe it shouldn't have been. I don't know. I don't know anything about anything. But I'll tell you this. I think we could have one more Sly. That's what I think.
I agree. I think we could maybe have one more.
In other news, Ubisoft.
Boo.
Ubisoft is about to shut down some multiplayer and online services.
You paused for a good bit there.
Ubisoft is about to shut down. Yes.
Online services.
Oh, it's like we don't. It's actually more bad news for us. They're shutting down multiplayer and online services for 15 different games in September. Now some of this, really doesn't matter. Like, if you're still I mean, it matters in a way. It matters in terms of games preservation. It matters in terms of people who are diehard fans of these things. But like Assassin's Creed 2 on the PC and PlayStation 3 is getting rid of multiplayer. Okay. I think, okay. I'm kind of okay with that. You know, Assassin's Creed 3, Brotherhood, Liberation, Revelations, all of these things. But the thing that's like really, really wild is when Ubisoft shuts this stuff down, they will also be shutting down the ability to grab DLC for those games. So if you don't have the DLC saved for those games right now, you will probably never be able to access that DLC again.
Which is very interesting. I mean, you're cutting off online access, so it makes sense, like, technically how that would work. But also, they're like, I'm surprised they're shutting down any opportunity for people to purchase more things. Well, it must be at a point where people really fucking aren't.
Well, yeah, and I think at this point, it's more about, like, people who had already paid for season passes or season pass for PlayStation 3 games. You remember that was during the time where if you bought a physical game, it came with a season pass for DLC. That's how they kept you from selling your used games. So if you don't have that downloaded, it's being, that's being pulled away. Stamps 1646 brings up an interesting point, which is Brotherhood is being entirely pulled offline. The only way you can play that is if you have the remastered edition. A lot of companies are doing this, right?
Anthony, are you chewing gum?
No. The GTA, remember, the GTA trilogy is not available in any way but the remasters. No, I would never chew gum on camera.
Spit your gum out.
No, I would never
doing
spit.
a show.
I would never excuse me. I have gum in my mouth during everything I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
That's a liar.
I had gum in my mouth on the Thor Love and Thunder carpet. Did anybody notice?
Well, maybe that's why you can't say Thor, Love, and Thunder.
I've had gum in my mouth for every Star Wars celebration I've ever worked. You're seeing the gum. I'm not being clever about the gum this morning. I'm normally much more clever about the gum.
Go spit that gum out.
Tell me how to live my life. You have to work these muscles. These jaw muscles.
Chewing gum is bad for you.
By what metric?
For your jaw.
No, it's great.
I chew gum all the time, don't get me wrong, but not on camera. It's not good for your jaw.
So what do
argue that it's good for you?
We're losing all those Assassin's Creeds, Driver San Francisco, Far Cry 3, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, all this stuff, the multiplayer. One of the funniest things that they're listing is like, you're not going to be able to link Ubisoft accounts in-game anymore. Don't threaten me with a good time. Oh no, my Uplay's broken. Eat shit. Thank God. What if you got rid of it forever? Wouldn't that be something? Now, the only one that we should be sad about, the only one that is a true loss for gamers everywhere, Saige.
Yes, Anthony.
Rise up, gamers. Zombie U for the Wii U. No more online features.
But I play it every day.
Listen,
online.
We all use the online features of Zombie U.
Oh, man.
Every day.
Every day.
Our favorite game, Zombie U. That was like a launch title, and they charged $60 for it. Zombie U.
Wow.
That's fucking wild.
What even was it?
Zombie U was a shooter for the Wii U, where you moved the thing around for your. It was.
The little television you were holding?
Yeah, you moved the smaller television and pointed at the larger television. I'm gonna spit out my gum.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. No, go.
Okay, but before I do, Saige.
Yes, Anthony.
When companies are making poor decisions like this, what recourse do we have, Saige? Is there something we can do?
Money! That's really it. The only resource that any large company sees as valuable is cold, hard cash. Otherwise, our questions go, what? Oh, yeah, I mean...
You want a cookie or anything while I'm out?
Not those cookies, I don't. All right. The only thing that any of these large companies that is going to make them listen to us is going to be that straight up shmoney. And one Nintendo fan in particular had that straight up shmoney to throw around. A lot of conversation about the gum, Anthony.
What gum?
A Nintendo fan became a shareholder in Nintendo of a large enough portion. You came back with Chex Mix that you're opening in the microphone? Please. Please.
I got rid of the gum.
You know I hate food sounds. Anyways, a Nintendo fan bought $40,000 in Nintendo shares to be able to be at the shareholder meetings and ask questions like, why aren't you making F-Zero?
Spent
What's going on?
$40,000 to say, where's the new F-Zero? I love this.
So this information came from a Twitter thread from somebody that was at the shareholder meeting, and we're going through and like translating the tweets bit by bit. But they said there are titles that haven't been released, new titles for a long time in Nintendo's past. Are there any plans for new ones, such as the very popular titles like F-Zero or Batten Kaitos?
Batten Kaitos.
Kaitos. I'm not familiar with Batten Kaitos. Is that released here?
It was on the GameCube.
I've never played it.
It's fine.
Okay, well, the main takeaway is they really, really wanted an F-Zero game. The response was kind of wishy-washy, and they were like, well, we're always considering new titles. It isn't necessarily a thing that we have right now to say to anybody.
You know,
We can't really develop things for every sequel that's requested of us, but we appreciate the expectations that our fans have for our games.
So this is basically the same thing Nintendo's been saying forever. And, you know, the official line is, and it's actually, they say it in a way usually that I kind of have respect for, which is we're not making a new F-Zero until we have a brilliant idea for a new F-Zero.
That's kind of it. And like, I do respect that. I think that that's a good thing, but also is that true? Does that mean anything? You know,
I don't know. I know that certain things that they've worked on, you know, Nintendo always has like little playful prototypes that they make, and they're always working on tiny little game systems. I mean, Splatoon started off as something that they worked on for one of these prototyper weekends, and like I know people internally work on F-Zero prototypes and present them, and so it's like, I don't know, like maybe, and I think, you know, Silent Whisper has a great point in the live studio audience, which is they've really made Mario Kart more and more F-Zero every time. And Mario Kart, I think, for most people is a lot more fun. Like, I would even, as an F-Zero fan, I love F-Zero. I think F-Zero GX is a perfect game. But I think I still enjoy Mario Kart a little bit more.
yeah.
You
I'm
know?
never an F-Zero person.
And so it's like, well, how do we do this? And if it's just a standard racing game, I mean, they don't make Wipeout anymore either because people just aren't interested in it anymore.
I get that. Yeah. Like I feel like F-Zero was always something that I was like, well, I've casually played some F-Zero. I didn't buy every I'm not here like, oh man, I really am waiting on that next one.
No, I think you go
Waiting
back
on some F-Zero DLC, you know what I mean?
You go back to the SNES F-Zero, the first one, and it's really just a demo for Mode 7. Like, it's not particularly interesting compared to Mario Kart. F-Zero 64, I think, was the first one where it was like, oh, okay, something's happening here. But I think F-Zero GX is the best of the series. And even then, it was like, okay. I thought the track design was more interesting. Like, that was the most interesting part of the game to me, above and beyond gameplay.
Yeah.
So, like, I get what Nintendo's saying. Like, how do we take this regular-ass racing game,
And
even
make
though it's
it a very unique and original idea that feels like it needs to be made.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, especially when you've got things like Horizon releasing, like, Hot Wheels tracks as DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically F-Zero, and it's really fun in Horizon. And, like, it's still not a full game, you know?
Very interesting. This person spent 5.6 million yen, which is over $43,000 in American dollars.
Holy shit, the dollar's weak right now. Holy shit, the dollar's really weak right now.
43,000 USD. So this person on Twitter was like, it's me. I spent $43,000 to make this statement, which is very, very funny. And it got me thinking. They weren't guaranteed a question. They were like, this is just bonus. They weren't guaranteed that they'd get to ask a question at the shareholders meeting. They just were very excited that they did. But with the opportunity, if you had all of the money in the world, what would you pay to ask a company? if you had the $43,212 or 5.6 million yen just laying about, what would you spend it on? Like, what company would you give it to ask them a question, to force them to answer your question?
Whoa. Oh, man.
Alonzo says Frog 3 Fractions when?
Man, that's great. I mean, I do have questions for Nintendo and Platinum. You know, where's my new Wonderful 101 for the Switch? That sort of stuff. I'm trying to think of what other stuff I would want to know. Oh boy, because the thing is, everything that I've wanted to come back has come back, and it's really bitten me in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Every time they bring Knights back, I'm just like, why are you ruining this for me? I would like to ask Sega for more concrete plans about these like 5 titles that we know are in the making.
Okay, yeah.
The big reboots, relaunches of like IP. I want to know what the IP is.
Right.
I would love to know that.
I would pay to ask Amicus and Nintendo what the fuck they did to Harvest Moon and why they did it. Why they did that. What happened.
Harvest Moon went rabid. They took it out back.
I would just love to know what happened and why they did that.
Where'd it go?
Well, see, here's the thing. They made another Harvest Moon. They made a Harvest Moon last year.
Oh, that's right.
They made a Harvest Moon last year and they fucked it up. They fucked it up real bad. They took all of the heart out of Harvest Moon. It was just Vest Moon.
It was all. It was about Vest Moon. It was just about people at night in nice clothing.
Harvest Moon, the iteration that came out in 2021, was about like a technology that was developed so you could like pick up your farm and move it to other places.
Oh, it had a little bit of a futuristic vibe, didn't it?
It sucks,
yeah.
Anthony, it sucks.
I remember when it first came out and it had that futuristic vibe. We were trying to stay optimistic, but we looked at it and I remember you and I were like, why Harvest Moon look like the future?
It's ridiculous. Look, listen to me. You fucking listen to me, okay? The heart and soul of Harvest Moon is somebody picking up from their life in the city where they know not community nor self-sustainability, just diving into the life in a little town where they have no choice but to see the same people every day and build a community between them. It is the understanding that capitalism is slowly depleting all of our natural resources. It is the understanding that our brains thrive as pack animals and we are supposed to live amongst community. We have been separated from everything that makes us who we are, Anthony.
Saige, 2 things. Number 1, I think for most people, Stardew Valley fills that now.
No!
And number 2, do you play Story of Seasons?
Yeah, it's good.
All right. I mean, that's basically Harvest Moon.
It's not the same. It's not Harvest Moon.
Just because of the title, or like what's fundamentally different?
It's just not the same.
So you just want it to be called Harvest Moon?
No. Look. Pioneers of Olive Town is very good. Pioneers of Olive Town is a very good movie. I mean, I read the word movie in chat and I said movie. I'm sorry. It's a very good game and I have played it and I enjoy it. But there is something about the art style of Harvest Moon that I much prefer. Specifically the GameCube Harvest Moon game.
Okay.
Versus the art of Story of Seasons being significantly more cartoony. And a little sillier.
Okay. Well,
Harvest Moon had a lot more heart to it, in my opinion, even than Story of Seasons does. And I love Story of Seasons, but like, I cannot compare it to the like emotionality and heart of Harvest Moon on the GameCube.
Well, I'm also going to say
this. And the story of it had a better story.
I'm also going to say this, Saige. You do tend to think the GameCube version of everything was the best version.
Because it was. It's tough.
Now I do.
Sucks. Sucks the other times.
Now I do want to ask you if that might be just a little bit of like nostalgia. That was the one you played when you were a kid, or if you
no, because I played it again like 2 weeks ago.
I know, but
better story, Anthony. It's a better story.
Okay. Fair. I'll leave it with that then.
Okay, no, but here, the games that I say were better on the GameCube.
Yeah.
Harvest Moon. Okay. True. Factually true.
Okay.
Animal Crossing.
That's opinion. That's opinion. New Leaf is highest.
I agree that that's opinion. Settle down.
That's opinion.
It is the first Animal Crossing game, though, for the U.S. Obviously, Nintendo 64 had it in Japanese.
It's the same game.
Yeah, it is, essentially. There's
Same
very, very small changes to it. Foundationally, there are things that I appreciate that are not the fact that it was on GameCube. I liked the villagers better.
Yeah, they were meaner.
I'm not a fan of crafting, personally, in-game.
But crafting didn't really show up until New Horizons.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think New Leaf is the perfect package for Animal Crossing.
And I think that the original Animal Crossing is the perfect Animal Crossing. I like the simplicity.
But listen, we both believe in GameCube supremacy here, right?
Exactly.
I just said that the best F-Zero is GX. There's only one Chibi Robo game as far as I'm concerned. The best Paper Mario was on the GameCube. All of these things I agree with. I guess if I had $43,000 to ask Nintendo a
Or
question,
5.6 million yen.
it would be, why not doing more GameCube? You ever thought about doing more GameCube? Like, fundamentally, what if everything you did was just like a little more GameCube?
I mean, it kind of is.
Right? Like, no.
Kind of what the Switch has been.
But
we got Luigi's Mansion, we got Harvest Moon.
But you don't like those versions as
Crossing.
much as you like them on the GameCube. So that's what I'm saying.
I like what they're doing.
I like what they're doing with some things.
I loved the new Luigi's Mansion.
What about some GameCube, though?
But yeah, what I am saying is I would actually just like to be able to play all those GameCube games on my Switch.
What about that Double Dash?
Can we just play them all on Switch? Wouldn't that be great? I think it's ridiculous that we can't. The fact that I can't get access to the GameCube library on my Switch is so wild.
But with Nintendo Switch Online, Saige, you have access to a monthly rotating selection of excellent titles.
I do. I pay for it.
For just whatever you pay a month, and it's not the ones you want. But Saige, there's at least one that you want at all times. We promise there will be one game you want to play at least.
They're not doing GameCube.
We promise there will be one. They need to do more GameCube.
I would like to see some GameCube. So if I had the money, I would ask, where is Harvest Moon? And they would say, we just gave you a Harvest Moon. I would smack it out of their hands and I would say, no, you didn't. Maybe what I really desire at the end of the day is to abandon the forced life of capitalism and actually just go somewhere that is self-sustainable and people are required to be my friend because we all live in the same town together. And when you need something, somebody is there to do it and vice versa. Where I run around and I do favors for my friends because they should and it's not about payment.
No, you did that this weekend and all you did was stay inside and watch Bo Burnham.
No, that's because Big Bear's full of Republicans.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Hey, speaking of capitalism and the horrors of it, I want to talk about that most wish-listed game on Steam. You remember the day before? Mm-hmm. We talked about this. This is the game that was being made. Everybody was very excited about it. It's an open-world survival crafting, shoot 'em, that kind of game. And something came out last week that turns out just about everybody working there at that studio is working for free.
Unpaid.
They were volunteers, and there are different levels of volunteering you can do. Some volunteers do get paid. Some volunteers get paid in, like, merch and codes and shit. Fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. And I'll tell you this, something very exciting has happened since we reported on that, and it is... bless the invisible hand, I guess, in this one actual situation. And now the game that's the most wishlisted on Steam is the Good Cat in the Future game.
Good. That's much better.
Look at this Good Cat in the Future game. How exciting. So, it is now the most wishlisted game. It's my most wishlisted game. I'll tell you that much. So, this is a case of the good guy winning, and we're very excited because fuck anybody who makes an entire studio work for fucking free.
Look, again, we talked about this then. If this was a group of people that wanted to make a game together, that came together to make a game, and they were like, there's no money to in this, we're all deciding that this is our passion project to make this game, that would be one thing. But a company saying... We're making a game.
We're making the most wish-listed game on Steam. If you want to be a part of it,
You want to come give a little work?
why don't you come do it for free, and we'll give you a code so you can show people the fucking lamps you modeled in-game.
You want to do a little work for us?
Absolutely not. Speaking of that community vibe, something very good and cool is coming out, and that is Skyrim Together Reborn. Now, I don't know if you've heard about this, but it's very good. This is essentially, Skyrim Together has been around for a long time, but Skyrim Together Reborn is the new version, and it's co-op Skyrim. Up to 4 players co-oping Skyrim. Basically, one player takes the lead and is the person who talks to NPCs and stuff. And the other players can just help out with the quest, and everybody shares rewards and XP. It's going to work on the Skyrim, the Legendary one. It's going to work on the one that's on Game Pass. It does not work on Skyrim VR, unfortunately. But this is basically, people have been working on this for years.
This is very cool. I would love to play this.
Yeah, I know. This comes out this Friday, I believe. And I kind of want to jump, like, something like this. Look, we all know it doesn't take much to make you want to jump back into Skyrim.
So true.
But this really makes me want to jump back into Skyrim.
Yeah, the problem is how frequently we say that.
Mm-hmm.
The sentence, "this really makes me want to jump back into Skyrim," is a common one for us, but it does make me want to jump back into Skyrim.
Yeah, I'm very, look, I can put on Skyrim. Skyrim almost doesn't feel like you're playing a game anymore. Like, when I put Skyrim on, it's more like it's a fidget spinner.
Yeah.
It's a worry stone.
It's like you're watching your comfort show is not watching a show.
Yeah.
Like, just putting Futurama on isn't watching a show.
Is it compatible with Anniversary and Special Editions? I believe it's compatible with the Special Edition, but there are a lot of editions that is not going to be compatible with at all, or at least in the beginning. But you can check out Skyrim Together. Their subreddit is just called Skyrim Together, and see everything that's going on there. I believe I have the most specialist Good Boy edition. The last one they released before VR.
The bestest specialist boy.
Yeah, the pat on the head for buying Skyrim 80,000 times edition.
Yeah, it's a punch card, and when you fill in the 6th
I get a free
copy of
I get
it.
a free 6-inch sub.
Yeah.
From Skyrim.
Right. You get some free armor.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I get a horse sub.
Yeah.
So I know it works with that edition. Somebody says, I keep trying to mod it using the modding guide. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing about Skyrim mods. They ain't easy to apply, and a lot of them aren't compatible with each other. They have, like, that software that allows you, like the Nexus software that allows you to check and uncheck the mods that you want to do. And it's very, very you have something you want to show. Show it. What are you doing?
I'm literally just listening to you.
Oh, I thought you were showing you. No, you have this look in your eyes like something had just made you so overjoyed, and I was like, do it.
I'm just listening to you talk,
Oh,
bud.
okay. All right.
Finish your sentence.
It's hard to make those mods work. That's all. But
My eyes are just very tired.
oh, okay.
Shit, man, that's what I look like today.
Your eyes just went, because like you pulled something up and then your eyes just went real wide, and I was like, she found something. You had that look on your eyes, like
Got really heavy lashes on, keeping them awake, keeping them open.
Well, very well then. Oh, maybe this will make you feel a little better about Harvest Moon, but probably not. What if I told you could have your own little island in Final Fantasy XIV?
That is pretty cute. I haven't played Final Fantasy XIV in a hot minute now. I did go through a little bit of a phase. I was having a very good time with it, but I was still towards the beginning stages.
Mm-hmm.
But adding farming was pretty good.
Yeah.
Adding farming looks pretty good. That's really cute.
I mean, look, they just announced a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being the new mounts, which are giant, chubby Shiba Inus.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, like, if they have giant, chubby Shiba Inus now, I probably should play Final Fantasy 14.
Is this finally the thing, Anthony?
Well, I honestly went to go get it, but can I tell you what, Saige?
What is it, Anthony?
These motherfuckers still want you to pay for the game and the monthly fee.
I know, I did it.
Listen.
It is too much.
I'm not gonna do it.
I completely agree with you.
I'm not going to do it. You can pay $20 and it comes with the 30 days, but it doesn't come with the most recent expansion, which is what everybody's playing.
Correct. So generally, you're going to pay like $40 to get the game, and then you are going to pay a monthly subscription fee.
Eat shit.
I agree. I'm with you. It sucks.
Like, I just can't. I just can't. If you believe, if the game is only online, if it's an entirely online client, the days of me paying retail prices for an entirely online game are over.
Right.
They're over. Either one of two things happens. Either I pay $60 for the online game and you don't charge me a monthly, or you charge me a monthly and you give me the fucking game.
Yeah.
I can't justify spending $40 on a client for a game that I might like just stop playing because I don't like it.
There's a lot of game. It's a good game.
And here's the other.
There's a lot of it.
I tried it a few years back when it was really, really rough and hated it. And so they also have to deal with that going on in my head. It's like I remember trying it.
Did you try it on someone else's account then? If you don't have it?
No, I think or was that 11? I have it. I have like the PS4 client or something.
Interesting.
And I don't want that. Or maybe they did. Oh, they did something where they were like, they had it on PS Plus for a month.
They do things occasionally where you can jump in and play for free. Look.
I don't want to
Final Fantasy 14 is a very good game. I agree with Alonzo. Story's very good. And continually just more of it, which is very good. It's a lot of fun to play. I do agree the game should be free to play with a monthly membership if you are going to charge me for a membership anyways. I was also surprised by that because I started playing pretty late. I was not somebody who was an early adopter of 14. I started playing like, I don't know, 8 or 9 months ago. And I was also very surprised that I had to buy the base game and also a subscription. And then I did it. I had a good time. But probably didn't play long enough to justify it.
Paying for a video game in this economy, I can't imagine. Anyway, if you do own this, you get a little island. You get your own little island. I get my own little island in Genshin, and Genshin's free. I'm just saying. You get your own little island, and what can you do on your own little island?
But Anthony, sure, Genshin's free. But at what cost?
Oh, because Square talking about how they're the most interested in NFTs and shutting down their studios doesn't make Final Fantasy the worst thing to play?
No. Then Elon Musk? Then simping for specifically Elon Musk? I would rather someone be generally into crypto than specifically simp for Elon Musk. All day, any day.
They are simping for Elon Musk. They're just not saying it. I also haven't played Genshin since the simping for Elon Musk, and I'm
not playing a game that has characters named after Elon Musk in it. That is worse.
On your little island, you will be able to gather materials, build facilities, care for creatures, and more without the need for previous crafting or gathering experience. So anybody, any character, no matter what, is going to be able to build little things on the island. It's just a nice little place. Just a nice little place for you to build your own little world. And of course, there's going to be a lot of side quests. There's a new dungeon coming called the Fell Court of Troya, a new trial. There's a new 8-player raid. Here's the other thing about the big online games.
What is it?
You know, I was very into Destiny for a long time.
I do.
And I was just never around or available on the first day a raid came out.
Yeah.
And then or the first weekend a raid came out. Because they take a whole day and I would be doing something. And I just never got to do any raids. And so I miss out, anytime I'm doing these online games, I miss out on like what's supposedly the coolest part of these games. Because I have no friends. And I guess that's partially on me. But at the same time, why I don't get to play games? Me, his friend, been begging him to play Final Fantasy 14 with me.
Sure thing, Anthony.
Oh, we beg each other to play games all the time. But here's the secret. We don't play games. Never played a game in my life.
I'd have played with you, Anthony. I would have.
The only thing that we've ever successfully played together is Sea of Thieves.
That's not true. That is absolutely not true. We have played a lot of games together, but we couch co-op games.
That's true. We don't play a lot on... Because, like, look, here's the other thing I like. I like sitting on couch, hanging out with my friend, playing games together.
Yeah, and if we're going to play games together, we live close enough to each other that we might as well just, like, hang out.
Yeah. Just come sit around and play games.
Well, LAN party.
A little LAN party.
We can have a little LAN party.
I can attach one of those old school, like, handles to my tower and bring it over.
LAN party Final Fantasy 14.
Maybe. We still have to play. We got to do some...
Final Lanity.
We have to do some couch co-op for Shredder's Revenge.
So true.
Which is very good.
Final Lantasy 14. Anyway.
Speaking of crypto...
Excellent transition. Let's talk about this girl queen pussy boss, Slay. The crypto queen herself. This is a story that made me laugh very hard. Is it something that technically qualifies as it's too early news? No, it isn't. I'm so sorry that that's the time Christina entered the chat here. That is maybe the most embarrassing thing I've ever done on this show.
Here's what I'm going to say.
It's definitely the most embarrassing thing I've done in front of Christina. And she's seen me at emo brunch.
Here's what I'm going to say. Any story can be an it's too early story as long as we think it's hilarious and want to dunk on it. As long as it's funny to us and we get to dunk on it, it can be an it's too early story. Is this mostly a show about video games? Ostensibly.
Christina said she's here to see us high five. Oh, but man, he's put his whole hand in his mouth full of Chex Mix.
Or is she here to see us?
High five.
Mama, high five. Hard to tell.
Hard to say.
Hard to know.
Anyways, let's make fun of crypto and crypto people, starting with Dr. Ruha Ignatova. Ruha Ignatova is a self-proclaimed crypto queen and the founder of OneCoin, which unsurprisingly has been officially acknowledged as an actual pyramid scheme.
Hey, congrats.
Now, it is very funny to hear a conversation regarding cryptocurrency where they're like, this particular coin is really bad, when we acknowledge that it is the same thing as all other coins, which is also very bad. Cryptocurrency is a bullshit. But specifically what's interesting about Ruha Ignatova is Ruha has now made the FBI's most wanted list.
Slay queen.
Slay queen.
Girl boss.
This is truly girl bossing. She has girl bossed too close to the sun, and the FBI has in fact taken notice. She has stolen so much money from so many just fucking...
This is a great day.
Soft little crypto boys.
This is a great day for everyone because this is the first official cryptocurrency to go full criminal to the extent that the FBI is investigating it and running after a fugitive. It's happening. It's crumbling all around their ears. Your apes are garbage. Go to hell.
Here's the thing. Cryptocurrency, fuck crypto, right? We say this all the time.
Hey.
But also scamming a bunch of crypto bros. I'm kind of rooting for her.
Look, is she the anti-hero from a certain point of view? Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
I mean...
Between her and... Who's that woman who, like... made $1 billion in money laundering and made her own like hip hop album about how she was great at crypto. You remember her? I kind of feel good for both of them for just being like, listen up, you motherfuckers wearing your shoes with the toes built in. You know how those tech guys have those shoes with the toes built in?
Yeah.
And they all bear crawl now because some idiot told them to bear crawl.
Right.
They're all bear crawling around, buying their apes and their crypto. And these ladies are just coming in going like, give $1 billion to me, though. Why not? I say coin.
Okay. And then a bunch of just like really young Republican looking white guys go, sure. Yeah, why not? And then they do, which is how Ignatova successfully defrauded investors, large and small, of billions of dollars. Billions!
FBI, you ain't never gonna find her if she don't want to be found. She's got too many dollars now.
Billions of dollars is enough to hide forever.
Once somebody has billions of dollars, it's like, come get me. There's no, you can like literally just go to a country that's nice and has no U.S. extradition. Put your money. Well, I would suggest to her to put her money into crypto. That way it's decentralized and nobody can touch it.
And not real anymore.
But like, just hang out. Go to whatever island. Make it your own little Final Fantasy island.
Right.
You know?
She really did the thing that people do in MMOs that I talk about all the time where they're like, hey, I'll double your money.
Hey.
You give me 100 gold coins and I'll give you back 200. And then she said, thank you, and left.
Did I ever tell, I'm sure I've told, the only online game I've ever been truly addicted to was Phantasy Star Online.
Yes, of course.
For the Dreamcast and then the GameCube. And it had no built-in system for trading items or like helping each other out in any way. And so in order to trade something, you would go to a private room where nobody was, stand on opposite sides of it. Each of you would drop the item, run across the room, and grab it. And half the time, the person would have dropped the wrong item.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a common MMO scam.
And it would just be like, drop item. Drop item now. That's all people would be saying. Drop item now. I fucking love it.
So that's what she did. She said, drop the money and I'll leave this crypto coin right here. And you can have it. I promise. It's worth so much money.
Listen, crypto coins sort of feel like, I mean, here's the thing. Pogs, at least, were tiny little pictures of adorable things that you enjoy.
Yeah, you got a thing.
You got a Pog, right? Fucking crypto, what, is nothing. Is nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Come on.
So Ignatova is believed to travel with armed guards or associates, and may have had plastic surgery or otherwise altered her appearance at this point to continue hiding.
If I had $1 billion, I'd look totally different and I'd have robot legs. You'd never be able to find me.
What would you look like?
I don't know. Just totally different.
I'm like, what is totally different? It's not like the idea of like plastic surgery where you're like, oh, what do I think would improve my appearance? Just what would make you look totally different? You know what I mean?
Blue skin, wings, robot legs.
Nice. I like that.
That's who I am on the inside.
I think that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Anyways.
They try, yeah, dude. Giggle Loop's got it. They'd try to get me. I run away so fast on my robot legs. They'd be like, hey, it's the crypto scammer. I'd be like,
So OneCoin began in 2014 and was just essentially an MLM for crypto, which a lot of crypto is. People would get commissions for introducing others to getting them to invest.
Listen, if you're going to start an MLM, start a religion or a cosmetics company. They won't come after you. A religion or crypto, everybody wants to take down. Start a religion or a cosmetics company. These like the MLM cosmetics companies are
thrive.
They're thriving.
Anthony, what's really funny about OneCoin is it wasn't even on the blockchain. It's not real.
They couldn't even say blockchain about it? When people are like, why did you invest in this coin? They couldn't even say blockchain?
It wasn't in that anyway.
But they love to say blockchain.
They love to say blockchain. It was literally nothing. It's so funny.
So it wasn't crypto in any way. There was no cryptography involved.
The exchange was closed in 2017, but some people are still trading it.
Yo, can I tell you something? This is the way the crypto people are, right? Like, I've been watching as the market crashes, and they just keep going. They're just like, no, because everything's gonna come back, and it's gonna come back stronger. What we're doing now, like when crypto's going well, what they all say is, Everybody's investing. This is it. We're coming close to a decentralized currency that will be used by everybody. This is exactly what we wanted. When the market dips, they go, all the people that don't get it, all the non-believers in the future are being shuffled off. This is exactly what we wanted.
Okay.
And it's just like, yo, my guys, the delusion is just too real. Just too real. This is like if I was trading like subway tokens for bottle caps. Like, none of this makes sense. None of it. No subways use tokens.
Correct.
Bottle caps are worth nothing.
Correct.
Why are you trying? They're just trading them back and forth with each other forever.
Look, we got Inventing Anna. We got Bad Vegan. We've gotten all of these Netflix documentaries, and I have to believe that Crypto Queen is next. Listen to how they describe her. Ready? Ignatova was the key factor behind OneCoin's growth. Multilingual, highly educated, always dressed fabulously, and capable of attracting the kind of huge investments that got other speculators interested. Come on. If that isn't the description of a Netflix special, I don't know what is. I will acknowledge that not all of the money that she took was from crypto bros. She also unfortunately targeted some poorer communities inside of Uganda, which is fucked and definitely had some dire consequences for people that actually needed the money.
Basically, when people in Europe got wise to the scam, she moved on to developing nations and places like Uganda. And you know, a lot of people are trying to bring crypto into African countries because banking systems don't exist there. And so they're like, oh, this is better for them than banks. They don't have to deal with banks. And it's like, no, now they have to deal with you.
Right.
This is terrible. Anyway, we don't like... there is a BBC podcast called The Missing Crypto Queen, which I'm sure is going on to Saige's playlist immediately after this.
That I'll be doing this afternoon.
If you want to listen to the story. Bartlett says that she is currently running around with high-quality fake identity documents and has changed her appearance and has at least $500 million in liquid assets. Crypto Queen, never gonna get caught.
Crypto Queen never getting caught.
And listen, Godspeed, Crypto Queen. Crypto Queen.
Godspeed,
Crypto Queen. We believe in you, Crypto Queen.
Can I
The line only goes up, Crypto Queen.
Can I make 2 shirts? Can I make...
No, you may only make one.
Okay, can I make one that says Godspeed Crypto Queen?
Yes.
Would you guys wear a shirt that says Godspeed Crypto Queen?
I wouldn't wear anything that had anything to do with
It's
crypto.
CW though.
Like the network that...
CWYPTO.
Crypto.
It's very clearly ironic.
Gotcha. Then maybe, yes.
Godspeed Crypto Queen, like on a little bucket.
In more blockchain things that don't make any goddamn sense at all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to...
The Weekend.
The Polium 1, the Web3 console. This is it. Finally, the Web3 console. Imagine this, Saige. All the things that you get from a video game console, plus everything you get from Web3.
Nothing?
Saige, be serious. This is important. This is the Polium 1.
I'm sorry. Allow me to get into my Crypto Queen.
Yeah, please, Crypto Queen.
Let me get into my Crypto Queen mentality. What about that? What about Crypto Queen mentality? Maybe on the front it's Godspeed Crypto Queen, and the back says I've got a Crypto Queen mentality.
Was there a Web 1 and a Web 2? Yes, and they are actually recognized. Web 1 was the original internet. Mostly hypertext transfer protocol, blinky GIFs, things like that. Web 2.0 was server-side stuff, right? Web apps, things that we use now.
Yep.
The way the internet works now. Web 3, baby, that's crypto. That's blockchain. At least that's what they're trying to say. I don't think it is. I think that's a horrible thing, and I hate that they co-opted the language. And we're like, Web 3 is where you give all your money to Pogs.
Where you have where you could get a like a picture of a monkey.
Cool. Anyway,
why does it need a controller?
Why does it need a controller? Because it's a console for video games. and it's got its own good console. Here's what the Polium, number one, did not check whether Polium was taken. And so their name on Twitter is like Polium with 3 underscores. Like some kid's fan account for PlayStation.
Good.
And you might wonder, what's going to be on this console? It's coming out 2024. Very exciting. Here we are, where some of these consoles are getting long in the tooth, like the Switch. Some of these consoles are hard to get your hands on. What are we going to get out of the Polium? They say, under the FAQ, in the question, what will be the specs?
What will be?
Not what are the specs.
What
will be the specs, Grandmama? They say, we aim to build a high-performance console. The specs you see on the site are not confirmed until we have a functional prototype. So under what are the specs, they say...
Should be good.
They say, it's good, don't worry, the specs that you see aren't final yet. And it's like, but there are no specs. I went to see the specs. Yeah, they're not. The specs that you're talking about, those specs are bad. We've already moved on.
And they'll be good.
Oh my God, the specs.
They're going to be good. They're going to be really good.
They promise...
All the better to scam you with, my dear.
They promise 4K Ultra HD, Touch ID, 8K HDR. So like, I don't know why you would list 4K and then 8K. Ray tracing and 120 frames a second. That's right, it's 4K and 8K. And it uses Touch ID, which is an Apple technology that only Apple uses, and it's their trademark for it. That's right, baby.
It's because they haven't made anything. It's because they haven't made it, and they're not going to make it.
But the biggest thing, oh my crypto kings and queens, the biggest thing about this console is you can pay with crypto for all of your purchases.
I'm shocked.
This is it. Don't worry about, like, well, what are you going to be able to pay for? What games? Baby, don't worry. We got games coming. What games are already confirmed? Well, all of the fucking shitty crypto games that have been bottoming out, stealing money from kids, causing people in other countries to play these games as basically gold farmers.
Nord Barbarian has an excellent question. Do they accept OneCoin?
I hope so. It's the only real coin.
It's the only one I've got.
So if you look at these that they've already confirmed, other side, Decentraland, Axie Infinity. We've talked about Axie Infinity on the show before.
We have. Decentraland is so funny. And that logo looking like it's for a bad web design company in France.
Decentraland is, of course, basically Second Life, but you've got to pay a lot of money for your fake plot of land. Let me tell you something.
I mean, that is Second Life.
Let me tell you something. Critically acclaimed Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, allows you to have your own little island now for free.
But this is critically acclaimed.
Critically acclaimed. Axie Infinity is, of course, basically the Pokemon battling game where you have to pay to breed your Pokemon, and they've got like farms of kids in the Philippines, like basically just working as serfs on this fake Pokemon farm. It's awful.
Christina said it's the new Farmville.
Kind of. But all of these things
Please don't tell my mother.
Other side is, of course, the Bored Ape Yacht Club game. The official game of the Bored Ape Yacht Club that was a scam and is never going to come out because the people who did the fundraising for it took the money and ran.
Can you call yourself a yacht club if no yachts?
Yes, because apes.
So we could just be like, we're a tennis club.
One of my favorite...
We don't play tennis, but...
One of my favorite bars in New York when I lived there was called the Gowanus Yacht Club. And Gowanus was known for being on the Gowanus Canal, which was the most polluted canal in all of New York City. Mm-hmm. And so it was just this dive bar. But if you asked, they would like make you a Gowanus Yacht Club membership card.
Okay.
And the joke was we would all like go to the yacht club on the weekend. And they had like the tiniest little back patio where they would set up like tiny croquet and like tiny fancy games.
Yeah.
And so we went to the Gowanus Yacht Club.
Should we be the Pixel Circus Tennis Club?
Yes.
Should we make little tennis outfits?
Yeah.
Should we have little tennis outfits?
Like that tennis academy from Mario Tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're a tennis club
We're
now.
a tennis club now.
We don't play tennis.
No. No. I know how. I had to learn how to play tennis once for a part.
Really?
And I had to do like 4 months of intense tennis.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm probably terrible at it now.
I was a poor kid. We don't play tennis.
Same. Somebody was like, okay, so one of my...
Oh my God. Okay. No. Okay. Buddy.
One of my friends right now is on that new Disney cruise.
Uh-huh.
And one of the dinner nights is like an Ant-Man dinner night.
I love to think about ants while I'm eating.
Yeah, it's the Ant-Man dinner night. Because like if you've ever gone to the Marvel campus, they have like the Pym restaurant where like some food is like bigger than it should be. Like, oh my God, this is a giant sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Who could eat this giant panini?
This is not for you.
Oh, okay. This giant panini. And they apparently have like a big dinner night on the cruise, and they're like, why am I talking about this?
A Disney cruise?
Yeah.
You just started talking about it because we're talking about yacht clubs.
Yeah, why was I talking about it? Oh! Poor kid.
Poor kid shit. Okay, cool.
Poor kid shit. And my friend was telling me about some of the food that they serve, and I was noticing some of the food that they serve at Pym's, and like one of them is like this chicken sandwich, and it's like a whole, chicken breast, like a cut of chicken, but it's on a tiny bun with a tiny pickle.
Ooh.
Like, oh, they accidentally grew the chicken. And I looked at it, and I remember I was sitting with my friend, and I didn't want to say anything too terrible because this was my friend who came in from out of town and like bought Disney tickets for my birthday.
Right.
But I looked down at it, and I looked up at him, and I was like, motherfucker, I know what a tiny Hawaiian roll looks like. I was on assisted school lunch for half my life.
Yep.
You can't put a shitty chicken cutlet on a fucking Hawaiian roll
Tell my mom that.
and tell me it's a magical food from a magical science man.
Tell my mom that.
That's cheap. That's the cheap food that I had to eat while the other kids were eating better food. You can't fool me. The other shit that they would be like, it's Pym beers with Pym particles. That just means it's a tiny ass beer. It's so rude.
Small beer.
It's so rude. And I was like, and I asked her, I said, is the food, like the Pym food on the cruise, better?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do they do actual, because when they were talking about it's going to be a restaurant where small food is big and big food is small, I was like, that could be fun. If you do that right, it could be fun. Did they do it right on the cruise? And she was like, there's like a big sundae you can get for the whole table.
Oh.
And I was like, cool. During COVID.
Yeah,
on a
everybody
cruise ship,
share.
Everybody share
Everybody
ice cream.
lick it. Everybody put your tongues on it at the same
lick
time.
some ice cream. Fucking wild. Fucking wild. I also found out what the deal with that $5,000 Star Wars drink is.
What's the deal, Anthony?
I don't know if y'all remember, but last week they announced that this new Disney cruise ship is going to have a
$5,000 drink.
$5,000 Star Wars drink.
We came back. We're back.
So everybody was like, cool. Well, what's in it? Nobody knew.
It has to be diamonds.
Nobody could say anything. It comes to your table in like a Camtono, the Star Wars container, and it opens up, and there's like, and there's like all this stuff, and then you like basically these dudes just like took a shot, and everybody's like, $5,000. What is that? So I found out what the deal with it is. Apparently, every cruise ship on the Disney cruise has one of these things, and the only one that didn't have one was a Star War. So for this new ship, they did a Star War. And it comes with, apparently it's not just the drink. It's like you order the drink, you get the drink, and it also comes with a tour of Skywalker Ranch, like a private tour when the cruise is over.
Wow.
And like a bunch of, Disney does those things like for like club whatever the club
33?
is. 33. For like Club 33 where there's there's only stuff like you can get in Club 33. So it's the same thing if you order one of these drinks. It's a very Disney thing and it feels very weird and capitalist and creepy and icky to me, the $5,000 drink.
Yeah, that's 23? Is it Club 23?
Club 42.
Club 23?
Club 80, but what's in the shot? And my friend said, I don't know, it's some sort of like, the alcohol is expensive, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that you go to Skywalker Ranch.
Interesting. Billy Sunrider said, if I was rich, I'd do it.
Look, there are a lot of things I would do if I was rich.
If I was rich, I still wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Because here's the thing. We were all just talking a month ago about how $4,000 for the Star Wars hotel, the Star Cruiser, how that sounds expensive. And that's like 3 days on the Star Cruiser.
If I was rich, I would do that.
Drink. Yeah, if I was rich, I would spend my money doing the Star Wars hotel.
Yeah.
That's 3 days.
Right.
You've been to Skywalker Ranch? I've never gotten invited to Skywalker Ranch.
I've also never been to Skywalker Ranch.
They don't invite me to Skywalker Ranch. I don't get to go there. Anyway, Web3, a console. It's dumb. Moving on.
I can't believe all of that was from Web3 the console.
Web3 the console.
Anthony, it's 9:32 a.m.
It's 9:32 a.m.
I want to talk about one last thing.
You can either make a shirt or talk about one last thing.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want.
Oh no. Where did my link for this go?
Bye. Oh, cool.
I guess we'll talk about the other thing.
Look.
We'll save the other thing for Wednesday.
Okay.
Tim Allen is feeling a little bit upset that Lightyear has nothing to do with his buzz. And I just wanted you all to know it. It's been very awkward. He did an interview where he said, it's a wonderful story. It just doesn't seem to have any connection to the toy. And it's a little, I don't know, it just has no relationship to Buzz. It's just no connection. I wish there was a better connection. What this needs to be is about the toy.
Translation, I'm not getting a check for this. Why am I not getting a check for this? You didn't hire me. Pay me.
The short answer is I have stayed out of it because it has nothing to do with my Buzz Lightyear.
Look, man. I mean, look.
Not my Buzz Lightyear.
On a level, he's not wrong.
It's not.
Like on a level,
yes and no, though.
Yeah, but like you can tell it's coming from a place of why didn't they ask me? Because like also on Twitter, like his Patricia Richardson, who played his wife on Home Improvement for many years.
Why didn't they ask you to play the astronaut? You're a 70-year-old man, Tim Allen.
But they asked, like she went off on a rant about why didn't you? This is Tim's character. So clearly he's been talking to people close to him about how he doesn't like this.
Hey guys, he didn't write the character. He's the voice of the character. It's not his character. It's the person who wrote its character.
It's like...
I say this as someone who has been acting my entire life. Characters that I've portrayed, I have connection to. It is important. If I'm the voice of something, I don't know that character.
I have 3 different...
You wrote it. I just said it.
I know 3 different people who play Wonder Woman in animated movies. And it just depends on who the director is and what's going on, whether they get called. One of them will get called to play Wonder Woman, maybe. Like, but you don't always get called to play Wonder Woman.
Right.
Like, and yes.
You've been doing it for a long time. You originated the character's voice. Totally. That matters.
He is the person that originated the character. He's played the character in every version. I don't think he didn't do the VO for Star Command, though, did he?
I don't know.
I don't think he did the VO for the television series. Maybe he did, but it's also like, leave it alone, dude. But also at the same time, that's like the only question people are asking him right now, and I'd be like, number one, I don't want to talk to Tim Allen. Nobody wants to talk to Tim Allen. But he's out doing this show. Like, okay, so he's Big Lebowski is saying that he's got a show on Hulu right now. So he's probably out doing press for this show, and all people are asking him about is Lightyear. And it's like, okay, well, it's not me, and it has nothing to do with me, and I don't understand the connection. And honestly, none of us understand the connection.
But like, if it's you just say, looks great, and move on, man.
Yeah.
Settle down, old man.
Even Harrison Ford, when he was asked about like
Solo and all of that.
Solo.
Anything about Star Wars since?
Solo or like any Jack Ryan stuff, anything like that. He's like, I don't really keep up with it. It's not me, so I'm not keeping up with it.
Doesn't sound bitter though.
No, he's just like
uninterested.
Yeah. He's just like, why would I follow that? I've got other things going on.
Right.
That's the cool move. The cool move is, I don't know, man. I've been working on this show. Sounds good for whoever's been doing this.
Move on, Tim Allen. Anyways, that is all the news that we have
Santa, I'll tell you that.
for. Not my Santa, not my buzz. Anyways, Crypto Queens. We are done for today. We're very, very happy to be back. We will, of course, be here on Wednesday and Friday as well. If it was your first time here, hey, follow the channel. That'd be cool. We do the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific. And in a very special announcement that went out yesterday, Failed Save is back this Friday. If you support us on Patreon, you got to know about it a few days early as well. So another always exciting incentive to help support our independent network.
Yeah.
We will have some bonus clips for you this week. Obviously, we haven't because we've been offline for a little bit now. But we are very grateful that you decided to come by and watch the show today, and we hope that you will come by and hang out with us again. Anthony, when you're not here, real quick, where else can they find you on the internet?
Oh, my stars and garters, Saige. Thank you for asking. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. Number 2, you can find me on my science comedy podcast, We Have Concerns with Jeff Kanata. There's a new episode of that going up today. You can find me wherever the crypto queens are go-bossing.
Are congregating.
Are congregating together at the tennis club.
You can, of course, join the Pixel Circus Tennis Club. And you can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream on my channel on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So I will be live on my channel this evening. Later this afternoon, actually, at around 1 p.m. Pacific, we're going to be going live. Me and Kaylee Bray are going to be hanging out and talking about a very cool new D&D module that we have some playthroughs coming out for later this week. A sponsored thing, so come by, hang out with us at 1 o'clock. Just gonna be Kaylee and I chatting about D&D. It's our favorite thing to do anyways. And come here on Friday. We are at a new earlier time. Failed Save when we launched actually was 6 p.m. We pushed it to a little bit later to accommodate even personally my schedule. And now we're able to be a little bit earlier. I know the last hour is usually pretty tough for some people as it gets pretty late in other time zones. So we're trying to accommodate that. And now starts at 6 p.m.
And I get cranky
Pacific.
at night.
He does get cranky.
Sometimes we're doing Failed Save and my little bedtime alarm goes off.
He's not kidding. It actually does. Thank you so much to everyone who supported us during the show today. Just a clarification of how all that works. Patreon, subscriptions, bits, those go to keeping the physical and metaphorical lights on this channel, making the things work and run, getting equipment, doing upgrades, cool stuff like that. And this right here goes to the hosts that you see on camera to help us eat. Thank you to LV Soul Friend for the $25 tip. Said, thanks for all the news, love the show, and we love you, BBs. Corlink's Cosplay, the 8-month resub, said here for this Crypto Queen mentality. Thank you very much. Alonzo, thank you for gifting that sub to Christina Ariel. So appreciated. Improbobot resub for 14 months. Scott Davis resub for 18 months. Said GameCube, everything rules. And I agree, obviously. Retro Kid for 4 months said, hey chat. Jesse PB with the $10 said, non-gum funds. Or for gum. I'm not your mom. I am your dad. And I say no gum. Arub, thank you very much for that Prime sub. Thank you for taking a little money out of the BC's pocket and choosing to support the channel today. Kurt, thank you. Kurtleet. Thank you very much for the 420. He said, thanks for the first, best, and only morning news show. Thank you very much. LV Soul Friend also resubbed for 8 months. Said, wee, so much fun. Thank you for being here. Alonzo for 22 months, a button press. Have a girl 1 for 13 months. That's a Pixel Circus year. Thank you for hanging out with us for a whole Pixel Circus year. Havoc Girl for 13. That was the one I just read. Daniel Diaz for 17 months. Snow Big Deal for 5 months. Said proud to be a Pixel pal. Hey, /BB, proud to have you. Thank you very much. As Doriel for 21 months. To Bear Jew for 22 months. Said it's too early on a holiday. Let speculation commence. On a what? I don't know what you're talking about. Bree Grace Will said, it's 8 a.m. Fix your clock if it's not, with the 8-month resub. Roscoe BG with the 2-month prime sub. Thank you very much. Tom Biden with the bits. David Dave Boy with the bits. Rydian for 19 months. Eris the Hunter for 7 months. Let's go. Oh my gosh, so many lovely BBs today. Lil Brassy Atlas for 14 months. So appreciated, and we are all caught up. You are all absolutely spectacular. We love and appreciate you so very much. Thank you for showing up and watching our show, and we will see you on Wednesday.
Bye, BBs.
Goodbye, BBs.